Welcome to Sideline Spotlight. I'm Big Will Levinson. Folks, we have an absolutely colossal day of college football on tap for you here on News Channel 9. That includes what could be the biggest game of the season, Alabama taking on Georgia. We will take a closer look at that in a moment, but first, let us check out the AP Top 10 heading into this week. Texas comes in at number 10, slipping 2 spots from last week. A&M moved up a spot. The Aggies sit at 9. Oklahoma, fresh off that big win over Auburn, moves up to 7. Georgia, they stay at 5. LSU slips 1 spot. The Tigers are now at 4. Miami is now at number 2, and Ohio State remains the number 1 team in America. So let us begin with the game that could be the biggest game of the season, the one Georgia and Bama fans had marked on their calendars as soon as the schedule came out. The Dogs and Crimson Tide will go at it once again tonight, and if it's anything like their battle last year, we are in for an absolute classic. The Tide were up 28-0 early in the second quarter. It felt over, but incredibly, the Dogs stormed back late and took the lead late in the fourth quarter. Then Ryan Williams happened. Jalen Milroe hit the then 17-year-old Williams for an absolutely ridiculous 75-yard touchdown that would be the deciding factor in this game. Alabama found a way to win it 41-34, but that was last year. This year, this game is in Athens. Alabama is coming into this one 2-1, and there are still a lot of questions surrounding the Tide, especially after losing that opening game to Florida State. One of them being, can they hang with the SEC's best? The Tide rebounded, blowing out UL Monroe in Wisconsin before the bye week. Quarterback Ty Simpson has played well, throwing for 862 yards and 9 touchdowns on the year so far. Georgia coach Kirby Smart even called him one of the hottest QBs in the country this week. Coach Kalen DeBoer says he's seen a lot of improvement in the team since week 1, and he expects that to continue tonight.
When it comes to practice on the field, I can just see, again, we've focused on moving with purpose. Everything we do, just move with an urgency level that just has great body language and becomes infectious or contagious, I should say, across the team. And so I see that, and the action supports the desires and goals that they have as a team. And really, you know, it's again, goes back to everything I've ever asked them to do. They've always responded.
Great news for the Tide ahead of tonight's game. Coach Kalen DeBoer confirms running back Jam Miller and defensive lineman Tim Keenan will take the field tonight. Miller has been out with a collarbone injury. He returns to a backfield that ranks 102 in the country in rushing offense right now. Keenan hurt his ankle before the season opener, needed surgery. Coach DeBoer called Keenan a big anchor of the defense and expects a boost in the defensive front when he takes the field tonight. Georgia, meanwhile, has looked like one of, if not the best team in the SEC so far. Last time we saw the Dogs was 2 weeks ago when they knocked off Tennessee in a thriller in Knoxville. The Dogs offense came to life, putting up 44 points on the Vols, but the defense did not look up to the Georgia standard, giving up a lot of big passing plays and 41 points in that win. Like the Tide, Georgia got an extra week to prepare for this one during the bye. Coach Smart says he and the coaching staff have been challenging the secondary during practice the last 2 weeks. He says playing well defensively will be a big factor if they want to take down Alabama.
There's nothing that you can do to help yourself sometimes in their spacing where you got to put hands on people and you got to cover them. So we got to control the line of scrimmage, stop the run, affect the quarterback, and cover their people. And if you don't do that, then they're going to score. I mean, they got good players.
Georgia, Alabama goes down tonight at 7:30. You can watch it all right here on News Channel 9. Now to the other big game you'll see here on News Channel 9. Number 4 LSU travels to Oxford, Mississippi to take on the 13th ranked Ole Miss Rebels. The Bayou Bengals are 4-0, which is their best start under head coach Brian Kelly. They've captured wins over Clemson and Florida already. Ole Miss is also unbeaten and has wins over Kentucky and Arkansas. The Rebels announced quarterback Trinidad Chambliss will start at quarterback. Starter Austin Simmons is still recovering from an ankle injury. Both coaches expect this one to be a fight.
A great challenge for us, one that we're looking forward to. We got to go on the road. Anytime you go on the road in the SEC, it's a great challenge, and we recognize that going into this week.
I look at the players more than scheme when I watch things, and I see elite players. So, you know, we're going to have to play really well and be really challenged.
That game is part of the stacked lineup you'll see across our networks today. News Channel 9 starts with Notre Dame traveling to Arkansas at noon, and the Tigers and Rebels face off at 3:30. The big one is at 7:30. Alabama and Georgia down in Athens. Two games over on Fox. Chattanooga, USC at Illinois, and Utah at West Virginia. Virginia Tech and NC State play at 7 over on the CW Chattanooga. We are talking Vols and Mocs. After the break, Tennessee gets ready for a big test on the road, and the Mocs enter SoCon play today. Sideline Spotlight continues next. Welcome back to Sideline Spotlight. I'm Big Will Evanson. The Tennessee Vols are on the road today to face Mississippi State. This is a game that fans probably didn't have circled on their calendar ahead of the season, but the Bulldogs have been one of the biggest surprises of the year. They're off to a 4-0 start, including an upset win against Arizona State in Week 2. For the Vols, they bounced back last week, beating UAB 56-24 at home. This game will mark Tennessee's first real road game. They played Syracuse in Atlanta in Week 1. But that was technically a neutral site game. Coach Heupel expects the crowd in Starkville to be fired up for this one. You can expect those cowbells to be out in full force. He spent the week telling the team to focus on what they can control on the field.
Road games, yeah, it's different because you're not playing in front of your fans, but you get between the white lines, it's 11 on 11, and being able to, snap and clear, reset to the next play, and control the controllables. The ordinary, everyday things are what are really important on Saturdays in general, but certainly when you're on the road.
Tennessee, Mississippi State kicks off at 4:15 over on the SEC Network. The Chattanooga Mocs begin SoCon play today. They host the Citadel at Finley Stadium. UTC just wrapped up a brutal non-conference schedule that saw them take on Memphis and two ranked FCS teams. That includes last week's contest against Tarleton State. The Mocs hung in early before the Texans pulled away. UTC is 1-3 on the year, but Coach Wright says the team learned some valuable lessons that will make them stronger going into SoCon play.
Getting your butt kicked is not fun. And we've played some good football teams. We have. And they've all been on the road. And, I told our guys Saturday after the game, I was like, we're not going to play in an atmosphere like this in the league. I mean, it was sold out. It was the largest crowd they'd ever had at that place. And it was loud. And they were on top of us, and it was good. And our kids responded. They kept playing. And I'm like, if we can go do those things, and we have to do those things. It can't be one weekend it's here, one weekend it's like that. And that's the frustrating part. I hope this group understands that we have to keep moving forward.
The Mocs take on the Citadel at 6 tonight at Finley Stadium. News Channel 9 will be your home for all of the big SEC matchups all season long. We'll be here each week breaking down the most high-profile games of the week. Be sure to go to newschannel9.com for more SEC Mocs and high school football coverage. So much to look forward to today. Enjoy your Saturday.